How's it going, everyone? And that's right, I got my coffee cup here. It must be Sunday. Sunday coffee break. Don't mind if I do. Let's see. This past week, been pretty good. Finally got over whatever the hell that was that I had. So I was able to finally get out and start doing some stuff and getting some stuff done. Oh, let's see. For starters, this weekend is really going to be nasty. Not really nasty, but it's not going to be a very good weekend. I think yesterday it was 53 and cold and raining, and today is 47 and rain. So I don't think I'll be down at the flea market much. The way I keep talking, yeah. If you're not familiar, I do these usually on Thursday. I do my Sunday coffee break on Thursday. So it gets kind of weird when I start talking about, what's going on this weekend, and this is supposed to be Sunday because I don't do live because I can't do live here. So, oh well. Anyway, just remember that I do these on Thursday and then post them on Sunday for the Sunday coffee break. So it's going to be cold and miserable down at the outdoor market this weekend. So it probably go down Saturday because I have some stuff ordered for some people, and they should be in to pick it up on Saturday. But I am definitely not going Sunday. Not in 47 and raining. I mean, I can go down, sit in the car, and look at the building all day. But, it's just a waste. You spend more money than what you'll make. So, no Sunday. Unless things change. Let's see, I've been working over at the store this week. I worked over there 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. What the hell did I do Monday? I don't even know remember what the hell I did on Monday. Yeah, okay. Must have been really important. Monday. Beats me. But anyway, I'm working back upstairs again. I got some more done, got some demo done, got mostly everything picked up off the floor and put where it belongs, except for some stuff that I'm going to be using that doesn't need to be in the storage room, because I put it in the storage room and then we're going to pull it back out to use it. And same with all the lumber that's up there. I left up there. You'll have seen that yesterday. That what I got done upstairs. It's coming along. Kind of starting to kind of visualize where I want things and what I'm going to do up there. With the walls and everything out of that room, plus all the way around the stairwell, opens it up really, really nice to really kind of give me a blank canvas as to what I want to do upstairs. This week coming, I'm gonna work on putting the wall up, the short wall around the staircase, so nobody steps in the hole and falls down to the arcade downstairs. We'll work on that this week, because what's nice is it's warm over there. I don't care how cold it is. I can go over there and work now with the furnace. You can work anytime you want over there and stay warm. been working on today. I did a couple of videos. I think I'm going to be doing another one here shortly. So I'll have 3 more videos ready to work on, to edit and render and get posted. Will be probably another Wednesday video this week, and plus the Saturday. I'm trying to just kind of trying things out here on Wednesday to kind of do maybe a little shorter, but sometimes they're not as short as what I think they are. And then on Saturday post a long format video. Yesterday's supposedly long format video was only 40 minutes long, because I time-lapsed quite a bit of it, because I don't think you want to just sit there and watch me demo and, you know, in real time. So I time-lapsed it and moved through it, and by the time when I first put it in and got it all set up to start editing, it was 1 hour and 6 minutes long. And when I was done editing, it was 40 minutes long. So some of it went on the floor, or in this case, stayed in the computer, and others got time-lapsed and we moved through it. So, which is okay. I don't know how much people really enjoy the real long format videos that I post, you know, the hour and 6 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. I think a lot of people lose attention span and kind of skip through it just to see where I'm at the end, see what I got accomplished. But other people do. They'll sit and, you know, they like to watch the whole thing. I've also been posting some shorts. No, not my shorts. Some video shorts of, you know, just some stuff that I'm doing. This last short I posted got, I think as of today, was like 229 views. The first one I did got like 15. And I started thinking to myself, oh man, this is just not going to be good. I'm not going to be doing shorts. Not going to be doing my shorts. Or doing in my shorts. But this past one I did, like I said, and it turned out pretty good, and got about 229 views on it. I don't know if I picked up any subscribers from it or not. I haven't looked at the analytics on it. But shorts seem to be working pretty good. At least this past one. Now, like I said, I'm going to try and start doing some more of my shorts. Doing my shorts? God, that's just horrible when you're talking about your shorts. So, Tuesday I'm going to try and start posting a short. And if it works out good, maybe I can squeeze in another shorts. Squeeze off another one in your shorts. Man. So, that seems to be working out okay too. Maybe if I do enough and start getting enough views and hours watched, you know, and all that, maybe YouTube will feel sorry for me and let me monetize my channel again. I'm having fun with it anyway. I enjoy doing them. Just it'd be nice to, you know, show something for it. Oh well. I have a couple more projects to do over at the store. That's why I haven't gone through all the Okay. Have no clue what that was. But that's why I didn't go through all the lumber upstairs. You can see in my video yesterday that, you know, I have that door to build for the closet under the steps, for the people under the stairs. And I have a counter that I want to build and build in the retail area. I want to get everything off the showcases. I don't like people coming in from the arcade to get change being able to walk right behind the counter and go right up to you while you're sitting there with all the money and everything. So I'm going to be putting a counter there at the end. I'll show you when we get started with it. So they can come up and they can stand there at the counter. That's where we'll have all the snacks and all that other happy horse manure for everybody. Just kind of changing some things out. We got our license finally for the ends unit, so we're gonna probably next week I might start getting some ends units in. Probably gonna start out with just some juice and some disposables. I've had some people asking me for the Delta 8 disposables, so I'll be getting those in. I'm looking for a good company to deal with on those. That stuff I didn't need a license, but you know, I just kind of been holding off until I get everything, so then we can start being open more over at the store and bringing more people in. And the more people we get in, the more they'll see that we have the arcade, and the arcade gets played. You know, it's just kind of a snowball thing. And the skill games, people, when we had the store in town, people always come in and they'd buy what they needed, and then they'd go, you know, put $5 or $10 into the skills machines and have some fun, and then leave. So that helps out everything, is just get the people in. Like I said, I'm going back to what I know, and that's ends units. I know all that stuff, although some of it has kind of changed since I was selling it, so it's just something I have to learn all over. Some of this stuff, what people are buying, you know, and what they're looking for and stuff like that. Won't be carrying everything that I had in town, because when I first started in there, you know, it was wide open and people were doing, you know, tanks and rebuilding and all this other stuff. So I had a big wide variety of stuff in there to cover everyone. Well, people aren't doing that anymore. It's more disposables and stuff like that. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that in case I don't want to get turned in and get YouTube pissed at me even more because they don't like ends units. But the Delta 8 and the cannabis, they're fine with that. They love that stuff, you know, because that's money. What else is going on? I don't know, but I'm gonna take a break, and which I normally do through these. I'll take a break and then think of some more stuff that I want to talk about. I don't write nothing down. I just turn the camera on and start going, and whatever comes to mind, I talk about it. And then after I'm done and have the video out, then I forget. Oh, I meant to tell you about that. Same thing. So I've been working on some orders today too, for the ends unit. That's a feat in itself. I had to go through a couple of weeks ago, when we decided this is what we were going to do. Go through all my wholesalers and find out which ones were left. Because if you're not familiar, there was another big dump on them that they had to be FDA approved, and it just wiped out probably 85–90% of the juice companies. A lot of the manufacturers of products can't bring it into the states anymore because it's not approved. You have to go through this big approval, and it was a nightmare for it. That was one of the reasons why I did get out of it, was COVID. It killed my business. And then we had all these, the FDA was cracking down on everything and wanting to know everything. It was just a big money grab is all it was. It was for the money grab for the government. Oh, that's all it was. Just like the cannabis is going to be, and that's just another big money grab for government, especially the state and local. But anyway, enough of the Debbie Downer. Couple videos I did today was is I had to pull out a backup multimeter. Geez, couldn't even think of what the hell it was. Because if you remember in my Kodak sticker, I was testing out the ballast resistors for the black lights, and I smoked my digital. So I had to get the backup out because I was working on one of my Ryobi batteries to see, you know, just to kind of go through it and open it up and show everybody what it's like inside and what's in there, and what went bad in it, which were the cells, of course. That's normally what it is. In those cordless batteries is one of the cells usually give up. I had two in there that were kind of leaking around the positive, leaking some of the electrolyte out of it. So it was those, you know, dookie. And another, so I had to fix my analog multimeter so we could fix and test out the batteries. I also had to fix my analog meter so we can try and fix the digital multimeter. So you have to have a good meter to fix a meter. And we do. Now we have this, we have a nice little Radio Shack multimeter that we can use. Which makes it nice. You should always have a backup. Analogs are nice. I mean, they're just as good. It's just that you have to get used to using the analog compared to a digital. You know, digital, you can get it right down to the 0.1% of a volt. Where the analogs, you have to really know how to read that meter in order for you to understand what the hell is going on. You look at all those numbers, and if somebody's never used an analog multimeter, they're just going to look at it and say, yeah, now what do I do with it? So, had to play around with it and get used to it again, which is, you know, you get so dependent on the multimeters, the digitals, that when you have to use an analog, it's kind of strange. It's kind of, you gotta kind of get way back in that that file in your brain as a hard drive and open it back up, and hopefully you can, it's still legible. But I enjoy using the analog now and then too. It's kind of nice. Kind of step back and do something a little different. So I'm going to take a look at my multimeter. I'm sure it's toast. It still comes on and everything, but it won't test anything. You know, the display lights up, so it fried something on the input side of it, and we'll take a look at it and see. Because if you remember, there was a nice little cloud of smoke and some nice beautiful crackling coming out of it. So it got toasty, and we'll see how bad. In fact, I'll probably crack that open as soon as I'm done with this video. I'll probably put that up on the bench and start making another video on it. I have a stereo sitting out in the van that I need to check out too. It's a buddy of mine's. He said it's got a floppy knob on it. Well, most knobs are floppy until, well, okay, yeah, there's another good joke in there somewhere. If you want to play with it, go ahead and have fun with it. Gonna play with a floppy knob. So So we'll get that tested out and see what's going on with it. See if the potentiometer's actually busted up on it on the inside, or if it's just, if it just came loose from the panel. That may be a quick fix. And there may not be a video on it. But I'll probably do a short one just to stick it in during the week on it or something. Like I said, now that I'm feeling better, I can start hammering on some videos and doing quite a bit of stuff. I have enough stuff lying around here that I should be working on when I wasn't feeling good, I didn't have no interest whatsoever doing anything except sitting in the house being a lump. I have a, what do you call them, vibrator cleaner or whatever. It has the ceramic pellets in it. I have one of those to look at, to use for myself. It's a dead stick. It does nothing. So we'll put that up on the bench and see if we can't figure out what the hell happened to it and see if we can fix it. It's just everywhere you look in here, everywhere you look, there's a project that I should be working on, or I need to work on. It's just I don't know how much of that stuff you guys want me to do videos on. Stereo equipment. I've been getting quite a few views here lately on the stereo stuff I've been messing with. My token, the quarter for my Presario, that right now is one of my top videos. For the past year and a half, 2 years, my top video has been my stuck disc in a Xbox One. I tore that down, got the disc out and checked it out, and we had, I think, it's been a while since I've looked at that one too. But yeah, I show everybody how to tear it down and pull the drive out of it and fix the, open the drive and get your disc out. And then you get the smart rear end people that, there's a little hole on the side on that yellow. If you just stick a paper clip in there and push it, your disc will come out. And I explained to them that it was jammed. I don't care what you do to it. I don't care what you stuff in that hole. You can stuff your little pinhead in that hole and it's still not going to do anything. That's why I tore it down and pulled the disc out of it, to show people if it gets jammed in there that bad to where that doesn't work, then you tear it apart and pull the drive apart. But most of the time what it is you have little kids and they like to stick pennies, and I've found pennies, quarters, they think it's a bank, I guess. I've found cards in it, and just little tags and all kind of stuff that the kids stick right in that neat little slot. It's perfect. And when you do that and then stuff a disc in it and then it jams it all up, then nothing's going to come out of it. I don't care what you do with it until you tear it apart. And then and it was always my Presario was always the second best video. And now it's first. And the next one is now me cleaning the moldy VHS tapes. So it's like my arcade stuff. When I do the arcade stuff, I don't have any top videos in my arcade stuff that I do. It's always the other stuff, gaming, home gaming or electronics, or just in general, like I said, cleaning moldy VHS tapes. Those always seem to be the best. I think that one, my stuck disc in the Xbox One, I think that one, I should be close to 100,000 views on it. Too bad it didn't, each of you wasn't a subscribe too. That would be really nice. And I've gotten a lot of good people that have thanked me because they've tried the little hairpin or the little paper clip in the hole. Stick your pen head in that hole. And it didn't work, so they needed to know how to tear it down so they could fix their drive. Man, some people. But, you know, you're going to get that no matter what. Better have thick skin and be able to ignore people, which I'm pretty good at ignoring people. Ramble on, ramble, ramble, ramble. Fall's here. Love the fall. I love the cool weather. I'm a cool weather person. Leaves are falling, and it seems like we just started summer. Now it's over. Now we're into fall. So that means cold. Cold's coming up. Still doesn't look like I'm going to have heat out here, so I'll be limited as to what I can do out here. Hopefully the store picks up and then I'm open 5 days over there, and that'll keep me busy and keep Bill off of our back. Alright, it's time for another break. Break time! Yay! So as I was saying earlier, you know, there's no order in which I talk about stuff. I just, as stuff comes to me, I talk about it. I suppose if the coffee break keeps getting better and better, then I will start being a little more organized with it and coming up with a plan as to what I am going to do. But back on videos, this past video I put out on that little Shirt Tales record player by Vanity Fair has absolutely done almost nothing, which I kind of expected it. I didn't expect too many people to, I don't know. I do know that people really like watching restoration videos, which is interesting. And we were talking down at the outdoor market that people enjoy watching somebody cut the grass. I was like, what? Then, oh yeah, they get all these views and all these subscribers just by cutting their grass. Like, no, that can't be right. And I'm not even going to look it up. The hell with it. Why would somebody want to sit and just watch somebody cut the grass? Might as well just sit out there and watch it grow. That'd be just as exciting. Some of the stuff I just don't get what people, how or why people enjoy watching what they do. It's almost like, you know, well, why don't you just do a video of you watching a video of somebody else watching a video. Maybe that'll get you a whole bunch of views. It's weird. I don't know. I like to see things getting done. Like I said, I like watching restoration videos. I like watching them pull this junk out of the weeds and turn it into something. You know, it's kind of like, you use your mind and your hands to accomplish something. Use your head for more than just a hat rack, and use your fingers for more than just picking your nose. That's just me. I like to work on stuff. Always have. As a kid, I always tore apart all my toys. I wanted to see how that stuff worked. And I still do. I still tear everything apart. And hopefully can put it back together. And it's working when I'm done. I get discouraged with stuff, and I'll put stuff away for a while, but I will pull it back out and work on it again. And there's some things that when I sit down and start working on that it bugs the hell out of me until I figure out what the hell is wrong and what needs to be fixed. Granted, some of it's just is beyond my ability to repair, but at least in my mind I know now what went wrong and what needs to be fixed, or what to do with it, which is dumpster food or parts. Save a lot of stuff for parts. Save lots of screws. Every time you turn around, you get something in. If somebody else has been in it, there's screws missing. So when you open up a stereo or boom box or game system and it's junk, I save all the screws. I throw them in a little bin or a cup or whatever. So I always have extra screws, because you know when you get something else in that somebody else has been working on, half of the screws will be missing. And you're like, yeah, that's fine, because I have them here. So always save your extra screws. Well, there shouldn't be any extra screws when you're done working on something, but you know what I mean. Save the screws. You never know. So there is no real order in what I talk about stuff. Like I said, I just kind of go along, and as I think of stuff, I go ahead and tell you and talk about it. Actually, I do need to come up with a game plan for the Sunday coffee break of sitting down, and every time I think of something that I want to talk about, just write it down in a book, and then come Thursday morning to go through it, just be a little more organized with it. But a lot of times it's just kind of fun to see what the hell comes out of my mouth when I'm sitting in front of the video camera. You never know. Problem is I run out of things to talk about. My life is only so exciting that, there's only so many things I can talk about. Normally it's the store, the arcade, and what's going on, what I'm working on out here. So you'll hear a lot about stuff that I'm working on, or going to be working on, or did work on. So we got a little multimeter fixed up. I got a battery. It's junk out of my Ryobi. I'm going to work on my digital multimeter, and then hopefully I can determine what's going on with that. And then I'll get on that stereo, and we'll do a stereo. And this will all be stuff that'll be coming up that you're hearing about now, and you'll start seeing some of it next week. And next week I'll do the same thing. I'll work on a bunch of stuff, and then come Sunday I'll tell you all about it, and you'll know what the heck to look forward to in the coming weeks. And if I get enough stuff ahead where I have a lot of videos, I may, if I get too many, what I'll do is I'll sit down, I'll post one every day for a week or 2 weeks. I usually try and do that around Christmas. Run like 2 weeks up to Christmas, or through Christmas to New Year's, with a video every day. And that's a good way for me to get everything cleaned out of the hard drive, and then start fresh with some more new stuff and gather up some more stuff. But if there's not enough stuff coming in to keep working on, then I will save some of that back so I have enough to keep going. Watch time's up on the channel. Views are way up on the channel here lately. May not seem like much to some people, but it's a big deal to me because it is getting better. Let's see, this past weekend, a buddy of mine, Chris from Shade Tree America, if you haven't seen his channel, check him out. I think right now he's doing some Hart tool reviews, and he has some other stuff coming up. He does a lot of fishing, some camping, and does some reviews. He'll do auto repair. He'll do lawnmower repair. It's just kind of a really neat variety of stuff that he does on his channel. So if you've never seen or checked him out, check out Shade Tree America. And that's Chris. He brought me in a bunch of old computer stuff. Some Windows 98, some Millennium XP towers. So for me to kind of work on some of this older computer-based arcade stuff that we have. I still have that computer sitting there from the other Kodak that I would really like to get up and running. I'd like to mess around with that other one a little bit more, upgrade it, and maybe put a different camera, just have some fun with it and have a different printer in it, maybe, kind of upgrade, and just neat project, something to do. I think that would be a lot of fun because it's complete except for the printer. The printer's the only thing missing. And I'm not about to go out and spend $700-800 for that printer that goes in it. So I would rather kind of upgrade it and maybe get a different printer and put in it something that'll print stickers or what have you, maybe even bigger format stickers. I think that would be kind of a fun project to do. It's sitting outside. I don't have to worry too much about it because it's an all metal cabinet and it doesn't leak, so everything inside is going to be good. But we got to get the computer going. I've touched on this because it bothers me because I cannot find the Kodak software for it. That Fantasy Ink software for that Kodak sticker machine. It's unobtainable. So hopefully, maybe I might be able to come across it. I don't know if there's any other software out there. I haven't checked if there's a different software out there that I could use. I'd like to keep it to Kodak because, it's all branded Kodak. Same with the software. The software, like I said, is done by Fantasy Ink, but Fantasy Entertainment Inc. And everything's branded Kodak on the software because Kodak probably contracted them to make the software for them. So without the software, it's kind of moot. I tried a couple different hard drives in that computer and it wouldn't read any of my hard drives. So now and I've tried a different ribbon cable, so now I'm starting to think that maybe the motherboard might be bad in it. That's why I needed some older computer parts so I could build like an XP and hook that hard drive up and see if it reads it. If it reads it, I know I'll have problems with the conflict with the operating system and that software. But if I can pull the software off of the hard drive, then I might be able to do something with it. Enough of that one. I think I'm going to take one more break, and then we'll talk about a little bit more. Few other things, and then we'll call it good for this Sunday. Oh, yeah, I just remembered. I almost went to the auction Monday. I come this close to going. They had a couple Nintendo DSi XLs there and some games for them. And I was going to go and see what they went for and probably bid on them. But as the day went on, I just kind of figured that if I went, I was going to spend money, and I don't really need to spend money on that this late in the season, although I really did need those. I don't know what they went for. If TC is watching this, maybe he can let me know what those went for. They sell for about, looks like about 80 bucks in good shape. That's minus games, but you know, working. I don't know if they worked or not. So I'm kind of curious as to what they did sell for. Because normally I get them, I take them, put them down, put them out, and I sell them. But this late in the season, it's really, you know, you're tying up money. And at this point in time, I don't need to tie up any more money than what I have tied up until more money starts coming in. Then I can tie up some money. So I didn't go. I decided, no, I don't need to spend the money. I'm not going, because there was other stuff there I know I would have bought. And I don't need any more projects. Although, you should always have more projects than what you can get at. That way you can never say, well, I don't have anything to do. Yeah, you have a whole warehouse full of crap of nothing to do. So, I didn't go. I'll look again. I look usually today, on Thursdays. She has all the pictures posted of everything that's going to be at the auction. And then I decide I'm not going. Because I don't need to spend the money. But on auctions, my sister and brother-in-law worked for an auctioneer up in Idaho. Idaho? Idaho. Where they live. Rocky and Terry, that's my brother-in-law and my sister. Well, they were up moose hunting. And they got a phone call that their good friend, the auctioneer, I'm not going to mention their names because I don't think they would appreciate it, had a stroke and was not going to make it. That was earlier this week. 57 years old. He passed away this morning. But she's still having the auction this weekend. Being strong about it for now. Hasn't really hit, I don't think. But then it's just 57 years old and had a stroke. Must have been either too far from the hospital, couldn't get there in time, or it was just a really bad stroke. You know, you start thinking about it because, you know, he's 57 and had the stroke, and I'm 59 and have beaten myself up all my life with physical labor, and I'm still halfway here anyway. You know, sometimes I'm not all the way here, but most of the time I'm pretty close. But it just kind of makes you think. Sad deal. But life goes on. It's a plan for everyone. And let's see, right now I'm waiting for UPS to show up with my order so I can go through that crap and get it ready for Saturday. Put it out, sit in the car, and stay warm probably. I'm running out of things to talk about. Let's see, we talked about the weather. We're not talking about that other word that starts with P. Well, I don't talk about that crap. I don't know. I may have to call it here, guys. I can't think of anything else. Drawing a blank. Coffee's getting low. All right, I think we're going to call it. I'm totally drawing a blank now. Everything that was up there just came out, and now it's empty. So I hope you enjoyed this Sunday's episode of Coffee Break, and I hope to see you next Sunday on the next episode of Sunday Coffee Break. Until then, see ya.